here's Brody Brazil.
Wow, Felix, if I could change anything in the NHL, what would it be? Cap-wise, salary cap-wise, point distribution, rules. Wow. Since you there's two things that immediately come to mind. And since you mentioned point distribution, I'll start there. If you're going to keep the shootout, I think what you need to do is have regular season regulation wins count for 3 points, shootout wins count for 2, shootout losses count for 1, overtime wins count for 2, overtime losses count for 1, and a regulation loss, you get no points. Because you cannot reward a team with 2 points just because they won the skills competition of a shootout. They did not win a hockey game. They tied a hockey game and won a shootout. I would begin right there with that. I think that needs to be different. I think that would encourage teams to stop playing for a tie, to get it to overtime, to get at least a point, a points-based standing system. I think it's imperative to make every game worth only 3 points. Not overtime and shootout games get 3 points. Every game is worth 3 points. You win in regulation, there's your 3. You win an OT or a shootout, you get 2. And you're saying, well, why didn't you deserve it if you won in overtime? Well, did you win a 5-on-5 hockey game, or were you out there 3-on-3 playing puck possession back up and down the ice? It's not regular hockey, and that's fine. I like the way games end like that. But don't reward a team the same way for that. And also, there's a big difference between a 1-point night, if you lose in a shootout or lose in overtime, and a regulation win. That's a 2-point swing instead of just a 1-point swing. That's number one. The second thing I would do, Felix, is I would go back to what they did last year out of necessity. I loved to see those 2-game series matchups. Cuts down on travel, which the players like, gives them more off days in cities, which I also know they like. Could give a team a practice day on the road because they don't have to travel. So coaches like it, players like it. I don't see why fans wouldn't like it either. The second game of those back-to-backs, they got feisty sometimes. And the 60 minutes prior from, 2 nights ago, it carries over into tonight. Now you got a little backstory. You got a little back and forth. So those are the two things that immediately pop out to my mind that I would love to change about the NHL. There are some others. Cap stuff, money's hard for me to even comprehend sometimes. And, I know you're trying to make it a fair league. Sometimes I think parity is too much in this league. There are too many teams that can beat too many others on a given night. I know the league loves that, but then you don't have like a superstar-laden team, and maybe some fans don't like that. But other sports have had success with, the dynasty-type teams in their leagues. Anyway, so I would narrow it down to that. 3-point games every night and back-to-back games. It doesn't have to be that often because I understand you're not going to play, if you're out west, you're not going to play all the Eastern teams on the road twice. You're going to play them once home and once road. I love that. Each team plays each other every season. Love that. But how about all the times that the Sharks are going to play the Ducks? Always play them twice in a row. Same thing with Van, Calgary, Edmonton, all the teams in the division. The Kraken now included too.